Hi Aquarius, welcome and welcome back to Heretic Owl Tarot. We are doing our mid-month check-in, being nosy, checking out the energies, kind of see what messages can come through for the remainder of the month. And as always with these mid-month messages, we're just going to kind of cleanse the energy, cleanse the space. So if you have anything that you would like to be cleansed, throw it in the bowl. Any thoughts, feelings, annoyances, behaviors, patterns, people, throw it in the bowl. We'll get it cleansed for you. I also invite you to take a couple intentional deep breaths along with me. I generally take a deep breath in because I'm going to hit the bowl 3 times. So right when I hit the bowl, I take a deep breath in. I just kind of, you know, like breathe in the sound and just allow it to go everywhere from the top of my head to the bottom of my feet. And, you know, really just kind of feel my lungs expanding and taking up space and, you know, sending gratitude everywhere, right? Like just really kind of sinking down into our bodies. So if that feels good for you, I invite you to do that with me. And like I said, I'm going to hit the bowl 3 times, so just be aware of that if you are wearing any type of AirPods or headphones. Here we go. I'm gonna do one more. That was it. That was the one. Okay. So like I said, we're checking in for the rest of March. So like around the 15th to the 31st, I believe there's 31 days. We're not working with a spread. My intention is for 2 cards to come out. And we're working with a modern Spellcaster's tarot this time around. So, ooh, I got some 8s on the board. I wonder, I started keeping my laptop around, or my thingy, because I can't trust my brain for anything. And I'm always, anyway, I can just kind of look up quick. I just wanted to look what the number 8 signifies, because we have 2 8s on the table here. We have the 8 of Cups and then the 8 of Pentacles. So let's see, self-confidence, inner strength, inner wisdom, social status, love for humanity. Reaching goals too. Love that. Okay. And then we have the Lovers at the bottom of the deck. Ooh. I've done this like with every reading. Because we go where the energy takes us, right? And this is where the energy has taken me at every single reading. And I love that. I think that's so cool. I love going on these little journeys. Yeah. Okay. Yes. Okay. Speaking of journeys, right? So, we have the 8 of Cups. Cups talk about our emotions. Water signs, I mean, you could be dealing with a Cancer, Pisces, Scorpio. Doesn't have to be. But when we get to the 8 of Cups, right, this is making a decision to move beyond a situation. It's kind of, you know, like you're heading towards the 9 of Cups, which is wish fulfillment, right? So all of these cups are empty here, right? I mean, we have this plate that kind of has like some crumbs on it. It's this feeling of like, whatever the situation is for you, the energy is gone. Or it may just kind of feel that way, right? Like something is coming to an end and you feel like, you know, it's time to, you know, kind of move beyond it. And I'm sorry if you can hear my dog chewing on his bone. And then we have the 8 of Pentacles, and the 8 of Pentacles, you know, it could have to do with your job. It could have to do with, you know, the way that you make your money. You know, we have this figure here that's building a shelter for, there's a dog and a squirrel. I wish I knew what stone that was. But, you know, it talks about putting your energy into something that you're building. It has a lot to do with discipline. Also, even just kind of building a sturdy foundation, right? You know, but also with Pentacles, you know, it takes time, right? Like, I mean, you have to kind of put your energy into it in order to kind of foster this thing and kind of build this foundation, right? Like, I mean, if you just put this big ass rock on top of like a couple sticks, it's going to crumble, right? But they had to, you know, kind of build this whole thing from the ground up. This could even just be like savings. Like you could be kind of, you know, like deciding to be on a stricter budget, or even just planning to budget. This could, of course, be, you know, like wanting to head towards something that brings you abundance in whatever form abundance is for you, right? Whether that's like freedom of time, or of course, you know, it can be money. I mean, you know, I think the easiest way to represent abundance in the physical form is with money, but, and I would love to say that it's not always about money, but of course we have to make money to survive, right? So because we have this dog, we have some coins down here. There's a squirrel with all of these nuts. So, you know, again, it's what is abundance to you? Are you able to spend more time with your family? Do you feel more fulfilled in the work that you're doing, right? Like, does it kind of light you up? And then we had the Lovers at the bottom of the deck, speaking of something that lights you up. Of course, you know, like surface level, the Lovers can, of course, represent a relationship. There's some sort of union going on here. We have this rainbow back here, which, you know, anytime I see rainbows, I think of chakras, or I'm sorry if I just said that wrong, chakras, and balance. And, you know, the Lovers, when you dig a bit deeper into the Lovers card, that's what it talks about, is this balance between the masculine and the feminine. I'm just guessing. This could be the masculine, this could be the feminine, whatever. But it's, you know, understanding that you need both of those energies in balance. Because, you know, the masculine talks more about initiation and, you know, really kind of like bulldozing forward and, you know, kind of taking the action. And the feminine talks about, you know, being in the flow and intuition and, you know, right? So you need a balance of both of those things. So you need to, you know, kind of have the masculine to, you know, kind of initiate, if it's within your authority, of course, right? And kind of go for the things that you do enjoy, and you need the feminine to, you know, kind of flow you to those connections, or even just having the ability to pivot when you need to, but also giving yourself rest and compassion. And there was something else that just went through my mind. And maybe I just said it. Anyway. So it's a union of like those things coming together, right? That just, it kind of creates this beautiful like ability to kind of manifest, you know, like things into your life. Oh, and the feminine, like speaking of birthing opportunities, right? Like, again, just kind of, you know, like being in the flow and, you know, kind of using your intuition to kind of guide you. If you're into human design, right? Like, you know, using your strategy and authority to make, you know, kind of decisions on where you want to head. And then we have the moon card after that. And the moon talks about, again, even just the intuition part, but also, you know, the unknown. It's, you know, kind of the energy is kind of like conspiring in the ethers for you. It's maybe even, you know, like the things that you haven't seen like in the physical reality yet. This could be something that you are just, you know, like almost kind of working on in the ethers, like, you know, in the 5D, right? Like you could be really kind of trying to manifest a shift because you're ready to walk away from something, build something that's more in alignment with you, but also, right, like your needs are met, whatever your needs are, right? And then we have the King of Pentacles, which, you know, is the highest expression of the Pentacles card. You know, we're talking about Earth here. We're talking about the physical 3D, the things that we can touch, right? Like, so it does talk about money. It does talk about our physical body. It does talk about like just, you know, how we're spending our time. What are we putting our time and energy into to build, right? So when you get to the King, you've figured it out. There is an abundance of, I mean, like his needs are met, and the needs of the people around him are met too. Because again, once you get to the King, you know, you're talking about sharing that with your community, with your family. So your needs are met and the needs of your immediate circle. And then you have the ability to kind of share that, you know, abundance or knowledge, even like you have the energy, the time to share with other people. You know what's interesting too, my attention was just brought to this altar looks to be about the same as this altar here. But look at the juxtaposition between the two, right? Like there's nothing left here. And over here, we have a gold cup. There's an apple there, you know, like just the sun is shining. There's a rainbow, right? So it's heading in a direction where there's the energy is there in that situation. And then the Four of Cups behind the King of Pentacles. This is contentment and rest. Like this is, you know, like your needs are met. You have what you need. You're able to provide. You're able to kind of give back. And again, like that doesn't have to be like it by charity. Like you're able to provide like your knowledge and your wisdom, you know, like to other people, right? To help them get to maybe a position that you're in, or, maybe if they don't even want to be in a position that you're in, right? But like, however, a King of Pentacles would look in their life, you're able to share that, right, with other people. This could even be, you know, like you have even just, you know, again, like just the energy is back, and it's back because it's the situation changed. You walked away. But this to me is like, you know, this figure is, it looks like they're meditating, right? There's 4 cups around them. So it's just, it's again, like just kind of, this calm, like I can feel it. I'm just having a hard time describing it. And interestingly enough, I just noticed in this depiction of the 4 of Cups that these cups do have like water in them, or some sort of liquid, whatever. And this one appears to be empty. So this could even be that you have, you know, the energy to kind of focus on a specific area in your life. This could be a relationship. This could be a job, you know, like it could, whatever, you know, it would be for your situation. And then we have the Star card behind that. And the Star card talks about, you know, faith. And, you know, you could be dealing with an Aries. Is that Aries? I feel like that looks like a ram, but now I'm like unsure. No. Is the star Aquarius? Did the Star card come out? OMG. Did the Star card come out in your monthly reading too at the end? Am I remembering that correctly? And the King of Swords came out also? Tell me. This does look like a ram to me. So there could be an Aries. This could be just, you know, kind of even the energy of fire. Like really, you know, kind of, putting a lot of, faith in faith. It's like the phrase that was coming to mind. But when we get to the Star card, if you remember, because I'm pretty sure the outcome in the March reading involved the Star card. But, you know, she's dumping, there's water going into this pond here and water on the earth. She's got 1 foot in the pond also. And this, like I was saying before, is this is, you know, like where she's standing is right between, like that's where prayer, for me, this is how I interpret it, but this is where prayer and even meditation actually rests between the cosmos and the physical world, like the physical 3D world. So, you know, again, even talking about meditation, right? Like, you know, like just really kind of, and I was talking about kind of co-creation over here in the 5D, right? So, I mean, like this could be you like really working on manifesting this thing into, like pulling it down from the ethers, pulling it down from the 3D and bringing it down into your 3D world. And there's success here. Like you will do that. You are doing that. There's the Page of Wands here. The Page of Wands, you know, the wands again are fire. It talks about action, communication. This has, you know, the Page of Wands is more, you know, kind of playful. I mean, even just the body language, right? Like listening to the birds chirping. Really, you know, like just kind of keeping an ear out. But there's fun and there's play in the Page of Wands. There's creativity. This could be, you know, like what you are bringing into your existence is just, you know, something that you really enjoy and something that you are creating like in your image, right? Not in somebody else's image of what it should be, quote unquote, but your image. We have the Hanged Man after that, and then the Four of Wands. So, you know, there could just be, the Hanged Man talks a little bit about suspension. There could be just a little bit of a, not a delay by any means, but it could just maybe, you know, kind of take a little bit of time. The Hanged Man talks about seeing things from a different perspective. And with this depiction of the Hanged Man, it's kind of like you are being forced to. Because generally, like in the traditional tarot, there's a figure that's like hanging upside down, you know, by their foot. It doesn't really look like they're in distress by any means. There's usually like a halo around their head. So it talks a little bit about enlightenment, but, you know, it's a change of perspective. And, you know, having to hang upside down kind of forces you to look at things differently, right? But in this depiction, like this figure is tied up. They're sewn in there. There's these straps here. Like there would need to be some sort of assistance here to get out of it. And then we even just have the representation of, you know, light and dark. Again, like, you know, the duality here, like I was talking about the duality between masculine and feminine over here. So this could be, again, you creating this whole thing, like, again, in your vision, but maybe even needing a little bit of time to get clear on the vision. This could be where maybe even you feel like you are right now because you have been trying to get clear on your vision. But then we have the Four of Wands right behind that, which talks about success. I mean, this is, again, talking about a union. Like, look at even the similarities between these cards, right? We have two figures. Their hands are tied together. There's some sort of union, some sort of coming together. But the Four of Wands talks about stability and foundation. There's 1111 there. You're the 11th sign. I mean, you know, like there could be something there. So I don't necessarily know if this is like, you know, something that's going to kind of manifest by the end of March by any means, but there's definitely this understanding that the energy is gone from whatever the situation is that you're in right now. And, you know, like this, you know, kind of desire to want to build something else. And you will, and it will be successful, and it will be in alignment with you. Like it'll be in your image. Beautiful. Absolutely beautiful. I'm so excited for you. And again, with the Star card, your image, right? Like this is you. This whole thing is going to be exactly, and that's what's going to make it successful, is that it's not in somebody else's image. It's in your image. Beautiful. And that could even be why the Hanged Man is there, because I also know that, you know, it even just kind of like takes a little bit, like, because then it's like, well, who am I? What is my image, and how do I want to, you know, like kind of present myself to the world and to people, and, you know, like, so I get it. I am going to leave it there. Thank you so much. Of course, if you haven't subscribed, please do so, and I will talk to you soon. Bye.